So that's it. This is Nigeria right now. Action. This is Nigeria right now with Dixon Irebu. Today my guest is Evangelist Myke Ikoku. We're zeroing in on Imo State and the happenings, the developments in Imo State. Come along as I engage him. Evangelist.
Yes. Good to be with you today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Please sit.
It's my pleasure.
Nigeria Right Now show. We go out to shop for those angles that will promote our togetherness, patriotism, and all of that. As a businessman,
Yeah.
how did you go about, or how have you seen Nigeria play out around you?
It has not been easy. It has not been easy. 30 years ago, as early as 1993, I diversified into production. That was when I established the biggest confectionery factory in Southeast with the name Obinocha Confectionaries Limited. That was my first business. I remember the advice of my father and went straight to Imo State. In Oji, to be precise, the village is called Omukahi. I built the biggest confectionery factory in South. That then, you know what producing 100 bags of flour is? We produces over 100 bags of flour on daily basis. That was, I had over 120 staffs.
At that time?
Yes, as in 1993, 1994. I was 26, about 26 years old. Yes. So that was how I started my first business. Before I then moved into electronics and house appliances. You remember the Oberon brand? Most people in Nigeria use Oberon electric iron, Oberon stabilizer, Oberon TV. I was one of the first people that discovered Hong Kong when Hong Kong was still a British colony. Then we don't go to Hong Kong with visa. You get visa on point of entry as a Nigerian. That was when I discovered China. I was manufacturing my electronics and house appliances in Hong Kong, and then I was assembling in Lagos.
The Oberon brand?
Yes, the Oberon brand. My office then was in Allen, 70B Allen.
I remember. You now metamorphosed.
And now ventured into hospitality and tourism.
Yeah.
And I didn't just venture into hospitality and tourism. It was a call from the governor of Imo State then.
Which of them?
His Excellency Achiku Denwa. When he came into power in 1999, the business environment in Imo wasn't very conducive because we just went through a very serious Otokoto crisis.
Oh, yeah.
That made most young men, businessmen, to take off from Owerri. So Owerri has no economy. So Achike came in and came to Lagos to talk to Imo people, to tell them that they need to come back home. I answered the call. That was how All Seasons was born. Achike, in his magnanimity and support, gave me the first land. Although I bought some, he gave me to support me in expansion. That was how All Seasons was started. And I launched. I remember you were there.
I was there.
On the 14th of February.
I was there.
2003
Yeah.
was the day I took the whole Nigeria back to Owerri to show them that what they hear and see, what they hear about Imo is not true. There is actually life in Imo. I brought down to Imo all the celebrities in Nigeria. Everybody emptied in Imo State to come and open the ultra-modern, revolutionized hospitality business in Imo. the All Seasons. That was how All Seasons came to be.
And indeed, it has evolved.
It has been a success.
Yes, you have also delved into some other angles as well.
Different,
The same area.
different. Yes, the same area. I concentrated more on tourism, hospitality, and entertainment.
Yes.
And I have done, because of the successes I recorded. That was why when Ikedio came into power in 2007, he found it worthy to appoint me as the chairman of Imo Tourism Corporation. And I did so well, even at a time, because of the interest I have in developing Imo and bringing value to Imo. I went as far as convincing the then Consular General, the French Consular General, Jean-Luc Bourdin, when they wanted to set up something like a technical school and a French village in Southeast, I convinced them that bringing it to Imo will be more beneficial because Imo has a border to all the other Southeast states. And you can maneuver within Imo and South-South. Under 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you can get to anywhere. So if you set up the French village and the French technical school in Imo, all other states in Southeast will benefit from there. I convinced him. I brought him to Imo State. There was a day I posted one picture. People were asking me. I said, this was the day Ikedio Hakim was decorating me for bringing this level of value to Imo State. To Imo State.
All right. We'll take a break and then we'll come back. All right. Welcome right back. This is still Nigeria right now with Dixon Irebo, and my guest is Evangelist Myke Ikoku. Now, politically also, we've also seen how active you are in the Imo politics, particularly the just concluded Guba election, where you served as the chairman of the campaign council of the PDP candidate.
Yeah.
So what informed all of this? And then also, that has also brought some displeasure to your business, right?
Yes, first of all, I didn't come to Imo as a politician. I came to Imo as a businessman.
Yes, you've reeled that out.
I've reeled out the history.
Yes, yes.
So that will show you my trajectory over the years.
Yes.
And my involvement in politics is, it started from during the time of Ikedi, when he, in his wisdom, gave me that appointment. And he gave it to me not just because of my face, but because of the capacity I have shown and my ability to turn things that are nothing into something. Because I like building new companies, I like building new ideas, I like creating new things. So because of the successes I recorded, I am very close to the people due to my philanthropy and my capacity in human capital development. So and I live with them.
You live in Imo?
I live in Imo. You understand? So in Igbo now, my alade. I'm like they in Imo, not those on ground, not those that come from outside to come and take power. So I relate with the people, you understand? So as a result of that, and I discovered that most cases, government policies that people without business experience, who doesn't have a history of running successful business for years, who doesn't have history of employing people, who doesn't know what it takes to pay salary. So when they manage the indices that help in business development and create policies, they don't create policies that energize and encourage businesses to survive. And our business depends on politics. That will succeed today depends on the policies that come from politicians. Exactly. That was how I picked interest. I said, no, I can't
sit back.
Yes.
And allow politics to be in the hands of politicians.
No, I cannot, because I see politics.
You have investment.
I have investment there.
Yes.
I have what I'm doing there, and their policies are affecting
the generality
of the state. You understand? I'm not the only businessman in Oman, but a lot of business people there suffer because of negative policies that comes from people without experience. That's why I got involved.
So the past 3 years hasn't been, comparing it with what you have experienced in the state and all of that, you can say it's not palatable for business. Not a conducive environment.
At all, because To be honest with you, most businesses in Imo, the ones that have not failed, are for sale. Yes, it is very, very bad. It's not, it wouldn't be, if I say, there's a way I would say it would be as if it's an overstatement. People need to go and see for themselves. Because I want to tell you authoritatively that most hospitality industry in Imo are not making profit anymore. Because they can't even withstand the cost of the operational cost of funding, running the business. Coupled with the insecurity, everybody provides the security for himself. You do all kind of PR to be double taxation, constant harassment.
Coming with this harassment, it's all over the news, all right, that government is threatening to break down your investment. What exactly is the right picture? At least let's have that understanding.
The harassment has been of the world, because there is no day that passes that my staffs do not feel the pain and fear of harassment and intimidation.
From the government?
From the government. I don't want to say that the number one citizen of the state knows about it. I will not accuse him or say, but the appointees of government, the overzealous appointees of government, are really making life so unbearable for businesses. And I'm not even concerned about myself, because I know I've kept faith with Imo because I love Imo. And over the years, I've made profit. So I can make do with the profit I made many years ago, and then
collapse the business if you want to.
If I want to, you understand. But as it is now,
but that will endanger also the state itself.
Yeah, it's to endanger the state, because you know how many people I will send into the unemployment market. So it is absolutely in a very dangerous dimension, because it is not going to encourage both FDI to come into Imo.
Foreign direct investment.
There won't be, it won't come, because they must look at the capacity of the local direct investment, the LDIs. They must look how the LDIs doing. How are they performing? If any reasonable man want to do a business in a particular place, they must first do feasibility study.
Of course.
So, and the feasibility study is like a due diligence.
Yes.
To ask and to confirm if that location will be ripe for that business. If any feasibility study is done in Imo as of today, it will show negative. Why? Because the environment is not conducive for any business, and nobody is actually surviving. So it is against the inflow of FDI to be strangulating those businesses
that already exist.
Exist there. So the governor need to wake up, you understand, and caution or sanction those appointees of government who are really bringing the government image to this report.
What exactly is your challenge with them?
The governor has been my friend for years. The governor has been my friend. I can't deny him. He's my very good friend. He's my senior brother. You understand? I've known him for years, and I have also supported his ambitions. When he went to Senate, I supported him. As he came in as a governor, I also played a very major role. I also supported him before the election, after the court case, when he came into power. I also supported. I even floated an organization, an NGO then, called Hopeism.
Hopeism, yes.
Yes, you understand?
So, but you parted ways.
The meaning of Hopeism is Olilanya. Hopeism in Igbo language is Olilanya. Expectation, where governance meet the people. When he came in, there was some issues of, because of how he came from. He's a product of the court, you understand? So people were calling him all sorts of names and so on, credibility issues. But we that own businesses in Imo, there must be one governor at a time. There can never be two. True. No matter what you think, you don't have to like his face.
True. And how he came about. Anyway.
The law says he is the governor. So all that we are from this state to have to do is to give him support, so that our state will be peaceful, productive, and prosperous. That was why I found it worthy to float that NGO, which I used to reach the people, both to empower our people, to also sensitize our people, for them to know that we can never have two governors at a time. He has come. We must make do with him for 4 years, and then consider his performance.
So you have considered his performance.
Yeah. So I did everything to support him when the going was good. You understand?
I
spent the NGO I floated, hope is him. No government officer or appointee or government invested 1 kobo there. It was my money. I used it. If I don't love the state, I will not do that. If I don't love him as my governor, I won't do that. You understand? Because I have never done any contract before.
With the government?
With the government of Imo State.
So where did you part ways? What exactly happened that now informed you're moving away to support someone else? Yes,
as we, everybody has, I have what I think about the state. I've been an investor in the state for many years. So there's a feeling, there's something on my head about how I want Imo to be. When he came into power, I thought I would give him some of my ideas because I'm the local content in Imo. Thought I would give him my ideas, some of my ideas, so that it can form part of his policies and help the government. So, but I tried my best and I saw how things are going in the state. I didn't like how things were going and it was not moving very well as something that pleases me may not please somebody else. Something that pleases somebody else may not please me. What I saw was not very encouraging to me. I tried some time to talk to him about it because he's my friend, but it's like nobody was hearing me.
You have a right to make your
I have paid my dues and I have done a lot in the area of both. He's no longer a boy. You understand? I'm 56 today, so I'm not a young man. You understand? So you must hear my voice. So when I feel I'm not being heard and there's no encouragement coming from his area in respect of hearing some of my ideas that we can use to turn the state around, but nobody, so I took a walk and I decided to support another of my friend who is also interested. He showed his interest in 2018, but it didn't work out then. So I supported Uzodimma when he emerged. So when that my friend declared his interest once again to run for the second, to run again, and my ideas are like his own ideas. He bought my ideas. You understand? We spoke together. We reasoned things together, and it's like he listens to us, to people, to the business owners.
A listening leader.
A listening leader. So that was how I decided to support him. We're not in a
that became your crime.
That became my crime. I don't see Nigeria as a country that is in a one-party state.
It's not even right.
It's not even right, even for our democracy.
Yes, it's not.
Opposition helps the ruling party to even be on their toes and perform better. So it's my right. I can even run for the governorship myself.
True.
You understand? So I choose. You either participate by voting or you participate by
being voted for.
By being voted for. These are the two things. You understand? It's my civic responsibility. So I chose who I will support. Now that was how I left him to support Senator Anyanwu. But I don't know whether is what they think is because I don't know what is wrong. Because as we speak, I have no problem with the governor.
So since this crisis of threats to demolish your place and all of that has been going on, and there was a time some part of your place was vandalized and all of that, have you reached out in any way to the governor, who is your friend?
Yes, of course. When they started the harassment and the intimidation, I reached out to those that know him. I also reached out to our common friends and told them, please, they should tell him to call his boys to order. Because the people that come to harass me are those he appointed in one position or the other. You understand?
Are there confirmed offices they occupy or their names?
Yeah, they're confirmed offices. They started from OCDA. The other one said they are from Intraco. The other one from Ministry of Lands. They keep calling from one name to another. And what they keep coming to do is illegal and impunity. You can't tell somebody that has land allocated to him. I didn't buy the land from a speculator. Neither did I buy it from anybody. It was allocated to me by Imo State government.
And it's well documented.
Well documented. I have my CFO. So if you can come to me and you are able to do it, that means there is nobody that is safe in Imo. Which means you can be living in your house in Imo and you have your CFO. One day they don't like your face, they will tell you to pack out.
And or demolish the place.
And demolish the place. That is what it means. Because you can't come to my place, I have C of O, all the properties I have there have the documents. And you come there, you come and mark remove. Meanwhile, I have my documents. And you are supposed to be the warehouse of the documents that should know who legitimately owns the land or not.
So you do due diligence.
You do diligence before you come out to come and harass somebody.
Yeah.
You should go. You own the Ministry of Lands is part of government. You go there, ask them to give you the file of this particular plot of land. They bring it out for you to see. So it's either they intentionally decided not to do what they are supposed to do and chose to harass me.
So it's a political witch hunt.
It's a political witch hunt. No two ways about it. Because when they broke down some parts and vitalized some part of my property, this government, when the government came into power in 2019, 2020, I applied to this same government to lease the places in front of my hostel for car park purposes, not for any construction, but for protection and beautification and for car park. It was leased to me for 40 years. And I have the document.
By this government?
By this government. Leased to me for 40 years by the Ministry of Lands. And I paid the fees and the dues that are supposed to be paid for that lease to government account. And I did a architectural drawing of what I wanted to do to use to beautify the place and protect the area against theft. Submitted it to
approval.
For approval. OCDA approved it. And I paid the necessary dues. So what they did at my place, vandalizing and destroying that thing, was destroyed out of they know why. Because it has all the documentation, all the approval, and the lease. So, and we are in court.
You're in court now?
Yes.
Well, at what stage is it?
Yeah, we've gone to court.
Okay.
About the destruction, that one, claiming damages. You understand? Because
there's a 7 days notice that was given to you.
Now, let me tell you, what will break our hearts is that's why I say, I don't want to believe the governor knows about it. Because he has been a legislator. He knows what the rule of law is. He's a product of the court. He knows what the court is. You understand? And he can't be standing there. Some people will be using his name. Because we don't know another person. We know him as our governor.
And he's supposed to be your friend.
And he's supposed to be my friend. He can't be there. And people from nowhere are antagonizing and destroying my business. Even if he's not
even good for the image of
the state. I don't know him as such a person. It doesn't matter whether I'm belonging to this party or not. After all, most of the people who are with him today are people who were against him before.
That's politics.
But today they are with him. You understand? So that means that he's not such a man who even hates those that are not supporting him. So, but why is my case different? Because it's unlike him. You understand? Now, the places they went and destroyed and vandalized, 40 meters across the road to my hotel, there is another hotel there that took what I did, that copied me. It is still standing. Hotel, so it is still standing there. They did not touch it. There is in front of my hotel, there is a pharmacy there and a new construction going on. The people copied me too and did the same thing. Nothing happened to them. That was when I said, no, this is directly targeted at me. Because if it's government policy, those hotels and so on will not be, their own will not be standing.
But you're here making excuses, possibly, for the governor. And one is wondering why. The buck stops at his table. Nothing like this could have happened without his notice. Even if he didn't know before it happened, is it not possible that he would have had a wind or head of it?
I still want to believe.
You're still giving him the benefit of the doubt?
I'm giving him the benefit. I still want to believe that it must be some overzealous appointees of government who are semi-illiterates, who do not have any knowledge of what public administration is. Because if they understand what public administration is, they will understand the bureaucracy and also understand the steps that must be taken for every action. Now, we were in court when they came and said remove under 28 days in one side of the property where Ike Hakim's government gave to me for expansion and further development. We expanded and developed. Even Ike did dualize my road as a support. So I have never been having issues with governments. This is the first time. They have always been supporting me.
Let me ask you.
That same area, Ike allocated it to me in the year 2007 when they revoked lands that were allocated to people for after 25 years of non-development. And then it was allocated to me, and all the necessary fees were paid, and CFO was issued
and
to
all
documentation issued. Yeah, was given to me. Even I have a letter. Which Ministry of Lands wrote to Bank of Commerce and Industry notifying them that the land that was allocated to them in 1982
is being revoked.
Is being revoked because they failed to develop 25 years after. I have a copy of the letter. So you can see that if these letters or these documents are existing, and people who are controlling the government cannot go and look for these papers, are coming to come and legally commit crime, because there is an injunction in the court. Not an ex parte. Not an ex parte. There's an injunction. They were served before the judge gave that injunction. A state council came, represented them, but did not file anything because they have nothing to file.
And they went ahead to
the judge. They went. No. That one was the issue of this one.
The park.
Of the park. Okay. They have demolished this one before I went to court for that one. But this one is about the Mimi place.
Oh, okay.
That section. You understand? There's a subsisting court order. And some people who say they are public administrators are violating court order. They came back there and wrote to remove again under 7 days. That was when I got frustrated. I was so agitated and so angry. You saw there was one video I did.
Yes, I saw it.
That has gone viral all over the world.
The videos that actually prepared our comment.
Yes, it will be for the benefit of Ndimo that our governor should intervene. He's a father to everybody. So I think it's high time he intervenes so that businesses can breathe in Imo. Even when the last time when he was also, there was a time he was in a PDP.
Of course.
There was a time he also had challenges. Yeah. Even in APC, he also had challenges. And we all supported him. So it doesn't matter where you are, we are all one. The state is important. After one. There was a time Nnamdi Anyehe was the chairman of PDP in Imo. When Rochas Okorocha was the governor as APC, they didn't go after Nnamdi Anyehe's father's property because he's in another party. You understand? So, and our governor knows this.
I think it's good. We'll end it here. Evangelist Myke.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Nigeria right now with Dixon Irebu. Of course, you know that what we've come to do on the show is to discuss patriotism, how that will engender patriotism within the citizens of Nigeria. Imo became our focus today, particularly as it affects businesses in Imo State. And that is why we came this way to engage with Evangelist Myke Ikoku. This will be my word for the government of Imo State. Remember that the state belongs to all Imolites. Whatever it is that is the political interest that anybody may have, the state should not be bumped down. Businesses should not be stifled in the state. We should ensure that we create an enabling environment for businesses to thrive while you are in government. And hey, power is transient. Those who think that they're in power now should remember that one day they will not be in the office. And life goes on. Imo remains our land. I see you next week on this same show, Nigeria Right Now.